But I want to talk about Harry, P. Dina, because Prince Harry at 40 seems so miserable. And I thought it was really telling when you look at those pictures, which you believe Meghan set up, of the couple being driven into Tyler Perry's.
So, is Prince Harry finally reaching his breaking point with Meghan Markle? Reports suggest Harry is desperate for space, tired of being controlled and isolated. The once happy prince now looks miserable and out of place in Hollywood. Could this be the beginning of the end for their marriage? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more updates.
Estate. And Meghan, she's performing, isn't she? There she is. Oh, this is great. You know, everyone's going to see that I'm going to a big A-list event and Oprah Winfrey's there too. Harry, I know you can't quite see his full face, but believe me, I know this guy. He's glowering there. He's furious. And he's got his phone out, filming the paparazzi, which his wife has probably set up, as you pointed out. But there's something just so sad about everything he does at the moment.
Yeah, it's almost like he's filming the paps, and it's why do you not know your wife set this up? I almost feel like she's hijacking him in a lot of other ways as well. I mean, I believe she is the one that set these photos up, and Harry is thinking, well, here they are again. They're always here. But is he looking to his wife as being the one that called the paps? She's the reason. And this is the point that we need to understand. Harry has been a celebrity his whole life. Meghan has not. So for her, she's trying to build her celebrity. So this is why you see her smiling, because the paps are the great way to show I'm getting my celebrity. And Harry is miserable because he doesn't want this. And they are no longer, like I always say, aligned in purpose. He does not want this for his life. He does not want to see these cameras there. He is trying to show his irritation. I mean, he's constantly irritated by it, but she is gloating. She is so excited to have this be her truth, these photos of her being taken. And you almost have to look at, this is a couple that is, I believe, no longer together in purpose. And I can see this marriage dissolving because of everything we're seeing, because of what Meghan's playing on him and what he's trying to fight against. And it's like, can he see that she's the reason she wants celebrity? But he's had it his whole life. And they're not fighting for the same things anymore. I mean, they never were, I don't think. I think she lied at the beginning to say she was, but the truth is being revealed to him now he just needs to look and see what is happening. It's his wife is setting everything up like this, I believe.
The misery of Prince Harry. Let's be honest, Prince Harry doesn't look happy. Have you seen those recent pictures? The tension on his face, the frustration in his eyes. Sources suggest Harry feels trapped in a life he didn't sign up for. While Meghan smiles, Harry often looks withdrawn. So why does he now seem lost? Meghan's control over Harry.
Indeed. So let's talk about Harry and Meghan's marriage at this very difficult point, because this does happen a lot, doesn't it, with couples who are completely swept up in that love to begin with. I mean, Harry was clearly drunk on love. He ignored all the warnings from Meghan's family, from his brother, even from his grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth II. He ignored it all, P. Dina. It's almost like he's had a dawning revelation. Okay, we've had the children now. That initial excitement goes, because no matter how much you love the kids, it's a grind. And work's not going particularly well. He's missing his old friends back in England. I mean, is this the beginning of the end of the marriage? Because, look, I don't think he's going to pull the plug yet. There's so much to play for him. His ego would be so bruised to admit that he made a mistake. But it certainly feels like over the past few months we've seen a sea change, haven't we? Maybe he's realized he's been hoodwinked a little bit.
I mean, it's slowly being revealed to him, because I believe in the very beginning, he wanted so desperately for her to be like his mother. He wanted that. He went to his his mother's family, and he told his, Charles and Jane and Sarah, that she's so much like mom, she's so much like her, and they just could not see it. They said, no, no, she's not like our sister. And he clung onto something desperately to be there that wasn't. And Meghan, she played into that. She played into being like his mother, and wearing his mother's perfume, and so it was all built on a false pretense. And so he built this up in his head that this was someone that he needs to be with, because what he lost from his mother, he now gained in someone like Meghan. And so he fed himself a false narrative. And I think that was the drunken love, as you say, that he was playing on. But
Insiders claim Meghan dominates their relationship, dictating where they live, who they socialize with, and how Harry presents himself. Harry cut off longtime friends, reportedly at Meghan's urging. She reshaped his inner circle for her Hollywood ambitions. When one person controls everything, it becomes toxic.
it's wearing off. The reality of what he built in his head is no longer really as strong as it was in the beginning, because a lot of things are now being revealed to him, that this is not who my mother could have been like or whatever, because she is not very well liked. I mean, think about Harry's perspective, how Hollywood is now turning on her. How does that make Harry feel, that his wife is now being labeled this bully? No longer is she looking like a Diana. She's looking in a complete opposite of a Diana. And this is detrimental to his ego and what he's built up about his wife. And so this is going to keep revealing itself slowly and slowly. And he is going to have to wake up to his new reality. It happens to all of us. We want something so desperately that we try to believe it and say to other people, isn't this what it is? Isn't this what it is? And they say, no, it's not. And Harry is just still clinging on to that. But he is going to have to wake up to reality, because it will never be what he has built in his head. And unfortunately, that is going to happen.
Harry now seems isolated from the people and traditions that defined him. If you think Harry should take back control, hit that like button. Staged paparazzi moments. Let's talk about those so-called candid paparazzi moments. The latest sighting of Harry and Meghan entering Tyler Perry's estate raised eyebrows.
As sure as I'm sitting here, it's going to happen, unless he's going to live a lie the rest of his life, which I don't think he will do. I don't.
Eventually, he won't be able to. And the thing is, even though I think the Daily Mail has gone mad, P. Dina, with all of this propaganda that they're running for Harry, Operation Bring Harry Back in from the Cold, naughty, naughty William, you should be the bigger man, William, and just forget everything your brother has said about you, and forget about the fact that your wife is battling cancer and your focus should be on mending the relationship. I mean, the Daily Mail has gone mad. But one of the things I think that they revealed that was very significant to me was the fact that Harry is now back in touch with friends who Meghan had told him to get rid of. Is that maybe the first time that he is actually defying his wife?
Has to, for sanity purposes. I mean, imagine being isolated. You can't take it anymore. And at some point you have to break, and you have to say, I need this. I need to speak and be with my friends. And that's what he's doing. And that's just a sign. That's just a crack of what is going to happen. And he's going to do that more and more until he has enough courage to actually break permanently, I believe, from this marriage. It's a sign. I mean, he needs it for his sanity. I mean, come on, you can't be isolated away from everything you know and have experienced, your life for that makes you happy. And now you're not with the people that have made you happy, or that you've relied on. You're no longer in your country. You're not beloved like you used to be. And you're just with her all the time and her Hollywood friends. I mean, come on, people should absolutely see that this man is miserable. And of course, he wants to see his friends. Why wouldn't he? And why shouldn't he be allowed to? I mean, that's just Meghan being a bully towards her husband. she's bullied this man to come to a country, or yeah, on false pretenses. Because remember, in the beginning, he talked about why he brought his family to LA.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it was all down
So
to him, wasn't it? All
it's
down to
it's
him.
right. And it's just like everything was a lie, a lie. You can't keep going on this lie. You're going to break at some point, and that's a sign that he's starting to.
Meghan was all smiles, loving the attention, while Harry looked miserable. Many believe Meghan stages these photo ops to boost her image. Is Harry willingly playing along or being dragged into these moments? Let me know in the comments. Harry's escape plan? Here's where things get really interesting. Sources claim Harry has been reaching out to old friends.
So you
With that
think it's sort of the beginning? Because it's a process, isn't it? Realizing that a marriage hasn't worked, especially, by the way, when you've lost everything as a result of that marriage. And I think you're really right, by the way, P. Dina, to point out just how much it will be difficult for Harry to see his popularity slump, because he rarely cares about that. And do you remember the time, P. Dina, when he was actually more popular than the late Queen? I mean, it seems astonishing to think about now, but he was the #1 most popular member of the royal family, more than William, more than Catherine, and for a period, even more popular than the late Queen. Now you look at those figures, and it's actually only Prince Andrew and his own wife who are less popular than him.
Yeah, that's the new reality for him that I think is going to be hard for him to reckon with. And you have to also remember his mental health around all of this is going to play a part in
Hmm.
that. And you can't have mental health issues, historically he has dealt with a lot, and now you have turned your life upside down for it not to be better, but to be even in worse now. And for his mental health now, I think it's going to compound a lot of issues that he has been dealing with. And now the reality of being in LA around things that he is experiencing is going to catch up with him. I mean, sure, in the beginning, you're living in LA, is the beautiful weather, you've got a beautiful
Mm.
home, but these things that you can't put a dollar sign to are what is going to matter for him at the end of the day. He is not going to be able to get these things that you can't buy. And that's the part that is going to be difficult, I believe, for him to reckon with, because that mental health is a serious thing. I mean, look at the substance abuse issues and things that he was doing. He did a lot to cope when he was in his country, when he was, around his family. And now you're isolating him away from things that were a support for him mentally. And now he does not have these things anymore. How is he coping now? I have to almost wonder, what will be his way to get relief and to feel good. Because it can't feel good knowing that you are not well received as well as you used to be. And that is a part that I think will be very serious for him to deal with. I really do. And the children, even coming to be around his own family, they don't even have that experience. And these are the
No,
years that you need to do it, because these
they
are the
don't
years that
know
they have to have
Britain.
experience.
The ones Meghan reportedly told him to drop. Is he craving independence, missing his old life, and plotting an escape? Would he actually leave Meghan? He walked away from the royal family, gave bombshell interviews, and backed Meghan. But when someone is unhappy for long enough, something has to give. What's next for Harry? So, what happens now? Will Harry return to the UK, or is he too deep in Hollywood to escape? One thing's for sure, the cracks are showing. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.